folks, it doesn't work if there's not the word choose in there. Let me show you how this works in life. When that same daughter was now 9 years of age, she has a sister now, 6 years old. We're driving along in my automobile. There's this huge, major battle going on in the back seat of my car. I think my daughters had agreed among themselves, never fight until you're riding in the back seat of the car when Dad is driving. Save all battles for that. My daughters are yelling, screaming, pulling hair in the back seat of my car. It's awful. I'm getting very angry. I'm gripping the steering wheel. It's not safe for me to drive like that. My first thought was, I'm going to pull over to the side of this road. I'm going to get out. I'm going to find the biggest fence post I can find. I'm going to drag it over here. I'm going to beat both of them half to death. They will never fight in the back seat of my car again. And then I had this intervening thought. I'm so glad God gives me intervening thoughts, aren't you? And the thought was, yes, Gary, you could do that, but what will they have learned? And I quickly realized, they will have learned, go as far as you want to go, be as out of control as you want to be. Dad will finally stop you when it gets to be too much. You don't have to control yourself. He will control you. And I thought, I don't want that for my daughters. So I pulled over to the side of the road. I turned the key off. That's a good sign we're going to be here a while. Folks, if it's important, we should take time for it. I turned and I said to my daughters, girls, we are about to institute a new and significant policy within the confines of this automobile. I got their attention. Just an aside, folks. Use big words to get your children's attention. Make them up. You don't have to know how to spell them. We were in the pizza place. We used to go to the pizza place a lot. I'll come back to my Oreo cookie theory. We used to go to the pizza place a lot when my children were younger because quite by accident we discovered some of our most important family discussions took place in the pizza place. At home, we would finish eating and everybody scatters like quail. Got something to do, homework to do, or go across the street and play. But have you noticed when you go out to eat, nobody leaves until everybody leaves? You're there together. And these wonderful family discussions would emerge in the pizza place. I've also observed that in the pizza place there, at least the ones we frequented, there were these electronic mechanisms, games. It's kind of like the Las Vegas syndrome. You know, if you've got money in your pocket, you're supposed to put it in these machines. They're everywhere. And my son is into those electronic games. He was about 6 years old at the time. We're eating, and he's standing there wanting quarters to put in this electronic game. And I turned to him and I said, Craig, son, when we come to the pizza establishment, we come to partake of the food they provide, not to engage in the manipulation of mechanical mechanisms. I got his attention. He just sort of wandered off with this glaze on his face. That was one reaction. The other reaction was two guys in a booth next to me just cracked up. I know they thought that I was a nut, but that's okay. I got my son's attention. I have used that expression in the car in other places enough times that my children can quote it verbatim. Girls, we are about to institute a new and significant policy in this automobile. And the policy is, when you choose to fight in the back seat of this car, you choose to give up TV for the day. My daughters were really into TV. It was important to them. Not that they watch 5 or 6 hours a day like many children do, but they did get to watch an hour a day. So that's why I'm using that. When you choose to fight in the back seat of this car, you choose to give up TV for that day. When you choose not to fight in the back seat of this car, you choose to get to watch TV that day. How many times did I use the word choose? 4 times. It's clear where the responsibility is being placed. When you choose, I went through that 3 times because I wanted to make sure they understood what the choices were. I started the car. I drove 5 blocks. The fight started again. Folks, I was almost proud of myself. With great calmness, I turned and said, "Girls, I see you've chosen to give up TV for the rest of the day." You would have thought I had dumped ice water on them. It just shut everything down. They were suddenly calm and quiet. Not only that, they were calm and quiet all the way home. And we were a long way from home. And when we drove into the garage, my girls said, what? Can we watch TV? Because we've been good all the way home. It's universal, folks. All children say those kinds of things. They don't have to be taught that. That they just know innately. Do we get to watch TV now? Because we've been good all the way home. To which I said, I know you'd like to watch your favorite TV program, but girls, the very moment you chose to fight in the back seat of this car, at that very moment, you chose to give up TV for today. Cry loudly. You would have thought the world was coming to an end. Would you believe, they did not watch TV, folks. Would you believe my daughters chose to give up TV 9 days in a row? Do you realize how I'm able to stand before you and say that? I don't have to say, would you believe I had to take TV away from my kids 9 days in a row? I didn't. I would have chosen for them to get to watch TV. They chose to give up TV 9 days in a row. And then a marvelous thing began to happen in the back seat of my automobile. A fight would start, one would start punching the other, or say something, or look at them, or breathe on them. And the other would say, "Stop that, you're going to cause us to have to choose to give up TV today." They